Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. So, we were discussing about faith. Thakur giving example of Hanuman. What a beautiful example Thakur has taken up. Unimaginably means highly elevated state of existence, Hanuman's. Means we cannot have a better comparison for faith. What sustains faith? What has that force of faith? From where does it come in him? We see his ecstatic state of love. Bhava. In our life and existence, where there is love of God, independent of reasoning. Suppose you don't have faith, or you lack faith, or you have little faith, you don't have the force of faith with which you can do sadhana, then don't worry, don't be anxious, because it is natural. You are meant for that. Once you have come into the nature, Prakriti, it is natural. Nature is just a recycling unit. Now we see everywhere recycling. So you are brought here for recycling. Taking birth, dying again. So this goes on and on. Liberation is not the plan of nature, is not in the design of nature. Transmigration alone. There is no, once you come inside, it is gone. You have millions and millions of jivas. How many will fly away? Thakur says, one or two will escape. Maya, he gives the example, we'll see later on. He is giving lot of examples. Fisherman putting this one. One or two escape, the rest are caught. 4 types of jivas he describes. So all are, you are meant for it. You are brought here. So liberation is not in the design of nature. If at all you desire for liberation, if you want to go beyond the nature, it is your own self-effort which has come not from your mind, intellect, body, all this belong to nature. Yourself, independent of all this, is your existence. From body, bodily existence, body, pranas, the energy which makes the body move, then the senses, mind, intellect, up to this, the whole of the picture belongs to nature. It is part of nature. It is Divine Mother in different forms. Beyond that is your spiritual existence. Between the spiritual existence and the physical existence that belongs to nature, Prakritika, Shariras, the 3 bodies, Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Shariras, Between them is the Prajna Kshetra, the trans-relative existence, which neither belongs to nature nor of the Chaitanya. It is no man's land between the two. That is Prajna. Now, for the Prajna, in Prajna it must shine. The light of the impermanency of the world, the sufferings of the world, people undergoing, we ourselves who are undergoing, the bondages they are experiencing, all this must make your Prajna, the light of Chaitanya, must fall. You want to escape from all this? You want to transcend? You have seen the world. All aspects of the world you have seen. It is going around again and again, again and again. So, when the thought, I have to transcend the nature comes, it comes from the transcendental into the Prajna Kshetra, your Prajna, the awareness, pure awareness, independent of Prakriti, nature. In the Prajna, it shines. In Prajna, I have to realize God. I have to go beyond all this. So, it comes from inside, because otherwise it will not come. You are experiencing the sukha dukkhas of life and you are exhausted. Running, lives after lives. You are exhausted. Millions of lives a jiva may take to come to that bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan man prapadyate. That jnana, the saints and all who have reached, they will just hint. They will go on telling. There is eternal bliss. There is never-ending bliss. There is no absolutely suffering. Such a state exists. I have seen, I have experienced, they say. You too can attain. One life is easily sufficient to attain. Are you ready to pay its price? They say. But faith doesn't come to us in that. The faith comes means he starts working on that. Faith doesn't come. Faith doesn't come because it is the nature. Will it so easily come? What he has to do is, he has to go leave this everything and go beyond nature. My mind says no. When the mukti is, God is ready to give mukti, says no. That like that old lady carrying the weight. Heavy weight from the forest, she is carrying wood. All daughter-in-law and all are working in the kitchen. She has to do, everybody has to do some work. She has been given the work of carrying wood. She will break the dry twigs and all tie together. One day, exhausted carrying, this Yama also doesn't come and take this old lady. How I have to carry all this? Suddenly Yama appears. Oh, Ajji, did you call? I have come, leave it, come. She says, no, please keep this back on my head. I could not lift, so I remembered you. They don't want to go. To leave nature and go beyond, mind doesn't accept. Here the faith in the saints' words do not transform us. They go on telling, so many people, millions of people. A few saints, they stand and shout, come my children, eternal bliss is there. For a drop of enjoyment you are running. Ocean is there. They don't want. Because it demands sacrifice. it demands renunciation. Are you ready to do that? You are able to give up everything for the sake of God? And undergo all types of humiliation, what all comes in life, joyfully for the love of God. So, this here the faith gets, we cannot get faith. And where does this faith stand? Faith belongs to the self. It is manifestation of Atman, and it comes, it projects, it shines in the prajna, the awareness. You are always aware, God is there with me. I have to go to God. I'm calling on Him. One day or the other He'll come. All this faith is shining not in the mind, not in the intellect. It shines in the prajna, awareness. And to whom does it belong to? It belongs to Chaitanya, the Atman. It belongs to Atman. It exists in prajna. See, carefully listen. It stays in prajna, it belongs to Atman and is possessed by ego. My ego possesses it. I have faith in God. Ego possesses it. Now this ego, to get that faith, which is always there within, because it belongs to the Chaitanya. You are that. It belongs to you. After you get tired, it shines in the, to possess it, ego has to surrender. Otherwise it cannot possess. When ego surrenders, to what shall I surrender, what it should surrender? It has to surrender to the faith, shining in the awareness. When it starts shining in the awareness, yes, God exists, God exists. Call on Him. He has called. Just like Thakur used to say, Amma, you revealed yourself to Ram Prasad. You revealed to Kamala Kanta, why not me? What have I done? So this, it is shining, that faith is shining in the, and to possess it, the ego has to surrender to the faith. That faith, when it surrenders to faith, it is no more there. It becomes one with the faith, and faith becomes the ego, the doer. In the faith, in ego, there will be kartritva, bhoktritva, jnatritva. I do this, I enjoy this. Kartritva, I do. I will go and do masala dosa tomorrow morning. Doership, I will eat it, enjoy it. Bhoktritva, and I know how to do, and where are the things to get it. So, these three are associated with ego, because ego is supported by consciousness, Chaitanya. So these three will, it cannot do it. It understands, I cannot do anything to transcend this nature. God has to show His grace and take me. Surrender of ego to faith, to possess the ego, dissolves these three, jnatritva, kartritva and bhoktritva in the ego. When these three dissolve, now the ego surrenders to the divine with its faith. Faith is the shell which is carrying the ego now. It is dissolved in, the ego is dissolved in the faith. Thakur, you have to do everything for me. I can't do anything. I don't have anything. I don't know anything. I don't know my past. I don't know my future. I don't know where you exist, how you exist. Please be kind to me, please be kind. So this ego gets again re-strengthened by the faith. Now faith starts working, not his earlier personality. In Hanuman, you will see that Hanuman who was with Sugriva is different from the Hanuman who is with Rama. The moment he meets Rama, all his world personality dissolves. Oh, I am eternal companion of the Lord. I had forgotten myself. ನಿನ್ನ ನೀನೇ ಮರೆತೆ ಏನೀ ವಿಡಂಬನೆಯು ನಿನಗೆ ತರವೇ. So Hanuman forgot he belongs to Rama eternally. He is eternal servant of Rama. When he sees Rama, meets Rama, he regains. So Thakur giving the Hanuman's example, you see. Here you see his faith is totally supported and nourished and kept alive by the ecstatic love that he has for Rama. Bhava. Bhava. Bhava bhakti viseno bhava. Emotional attachment, passionate attachment for God. That makes him, he is bhava purna at all times, and bhashpa purna. He is filled with tears always. He just sits there. He is not there as if Rama gives anything, Rama wants anything. His whole mind is on Rama. So here jnana and bhakti, Hanuman's main adhara, this jnana is to separate from the world. This jnana makes you to accept the same words of the saints and scriptures, jnana, and detaches you from the world. You have to get move forward towards the transcendental reality. You have to go beyond nature. You cannot hold anything in this world. You have to detach, total detach from all things, that you can fly easily. You cannot carry anything, luggage. My child, my property, my ration card, Aadhaar card, nothing will be there. All things you have to. Total detachment from all things. Where from it comes? From jnana. Jnana is not for reasoning. Reasoning about God exists or not. The moment reasoning comes, the faith dissolves. Don't be anxious about your having lack of faith, but strive. And in such a way that you are able to move towards the divine. Now this jnana you see in Hanuman, everywhere he uses the jnana. Meeting Rama, you see how beautifully he uses. He talks with Ravana and all. Fearlessness. Now, this jnana is only for detaching from the world, not for reasoning. Reasoning kills. You cannot attain faith if you have the reasoning. Reasoning means tarkika reasoning. If God is there, why there is suffering? If God is there, why has He not given me money? Why has He not given me a job? All this reasoning will, in gospel you see, the same gospel. Many times Thakur tells to Master Mahasaya, M, the author, don't reason, your bhakti will get lost. It will be harmed. Your bhakti will be harmed if you reason. Don't reason. Each time he tries to reason out, Thakur says, no, have pure bhakti. So bhakti supports and keeps that faith alive. Jnana sees that you are not going back into entering into world again. Just like that Rama Shabda, Ra removes all your sins and all your bad tendencies, all doshas in you. And Ram, when you utter, it will not allow them to come back and possess you again. Now everything has gone away. Then again, within no time, again they will enter. The Ram is not there. Ra has gone away. He uttered and left. Ra, he goes on. No, he is not telling. So Rama, Ma blocks it. Coming back, he says, you see, like that. Jnana and bhakti. The bhakti makes the faith. Hanuman, why example Thakur takes is that the faith is constantly kept alive. Years after years, centuries after centuries, yugas after yugas, same Hanuman is there. Who was at the feet of Rama when Rama was there. Same Hanuman. To sustain that faith through yugas, eras, his love of God, his ecstatic love of God, bhakti paripurna. You must go little deeper into these concepts to understand. Very subtle, very subtle. If you do sadhana alone, you will know the intricacies of all this. Otherwise, you will miss. Just you will read and go. Thakur has given the example of jumping over the. After all, monkey anywhere he has to jump from one branch to. He jumped from one shore to the other shore. What is there? A big monkey. No. It has deep significance. When Thakur Avatara is uttering something, is it an ordinary thing to give an example? It contains all aspects of faith. Whatever you can understand, whatever you can, how it manifests, how it happens, how it is sustained, how it takes to God, how it releases you from nature. Nature, liberation is not there, but you get liberation. It is an exception from the law of nature. You are exempted from the law of nature. This claim for the exemption. And for this, you alone are responsible. Nobody can do anything for you to get faith in God. God exists. Nobody gets the faith. Millions are there. Scientists are there. Scientists' mind is so designed, made, that it cannot believe in existence of God. How it is, you see. So it is nature. It is nature. It is design of this world and design of beings are such that it cannot trust in existence of a transcendental reality beyond the creation. Srishti, when the whole scriptures you read, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya again and then happy, just like we sleep and get up, all this. Now you see, nobody can help you. Maximum they can present you. See, this is what scripture says. This is what saints also. See, I have done like this. I got it. I don't know. They can inform you. They can present you the facts they know by which but nothing can be done. You have your own path and you have your own journey. In that journey, nobody else is allowed. Your lonely journey, it is lonely. The alone to the alone. So in that journey, you have to go alone. It's you are on your journey. Once you want to transcend the nature and go, once you want to realize God, it is your journey. And your own journey. Nobody else is there either to drive or to give support or to feed energy. Nobody can do anything. All your own efforts. You have to transcend. So this great journey you are going to take up. Buddha took up. He did not experience any suffering. He is king. So many things, whatever he wants he can get. And ashishto, dridishto, balishtaha. And he doesn't lack anything physically, mentally. He has never experienced any suffering. Sees the suffering of others. Does it come to me? Second question. Does it come to all? Third question. If that is so, I have to find out a way to transcend it. He takes up that journey. So you have your own journey. So nobody can put anything into your mind. Nobody can feed anything into your mind. Nobody can transform you. You have to transform yourself. It has to come from within. Everything has to come from within. The journey you have to take up and go ahead alone with courage and strength. And you will see the two forces will be, one will be propelling and other will be impelling. Nature. Nature pushes, the God draws. That's why this is called Krishna. You are Ramakrishna. Rama is pushing force always, arrow. And Krishna is attracting force. In Ramakrishna, both are there. So there you will see, when everything is gone, you are alone on the journey, you will find that unknown forces are entering. First thing is to give you peace and joy. Joy of the journey. Every bit of the journey is so wonderful, which you cannot see or experience even in heavens, because you are transcending the heavens and going forward. Every bit. Then you will understand what is Hanuman. Why is Hanuman? He is always in that ocean of bliss, Ananda Sagara. And you are being taken through that Ananda Sagara. When all things drop off, you cannot carry anything. You alone are traveling now. Then alone you will see the two forces. The force of nature impelling you, the divine propelling you. You will see that two forces are with you. And both are ocean of joy, peace and love absolute. You don't lack anything. Each step you keep towards the divine, each foot that you travel is filled with joy. Joy inexpressible, unknown to human existence. Unknown to human existence. Samadhi sthiti is meditation and all. Do you think it is an ordinary thing? So there it takes you. So you are your own journey. nobody can help you, nobody can give you anything to carry. Going on journey, take little thing, no. Anything given will drop away. What is comes from within. Now you will see faith alone is taking, and expression of Atman is faith, and another expression is love. Love doesn't belong to nature. Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Prana, Buddhi, Manas, all 24 Chaturvimshati Tattvas belonging to 24 cosmic principles belong to nature. In that time and love are not there. Time and love doesn't belong to nature. Time begins with Srishti, ends with Srishti. It begins with your waking up and ends with your deep sleep. In you, there is no time in deep sleep. So this time and this one doesn't, love also doesn't belong to nature. Love is manifestation of Atman, projection of Atman. So love and faith, this is what sustains in the journey. What is going to take journey? The faith, your ego is dissolved ego. Faith has become ego, ego has become faith. It has become blended each other. It is like an alloy, a new alloy. The brass, suppose, copper, tin, zinc and all that, the mixture becomes brass. When it becomes alloy, it becomes entirely different nature. It loses its original nature. And so in the one who is traveling, there you will see ego and faith are blended with each other, merged in each other, and that is going. Do you understand what is Hanuman? Bhakti, where is the place of bhakti? Where is the place of jnana? How it takes you, and the two forces taking you to transcend the nature. It's a grand journey. You experience so many varieties of samadhis, all not related to whole creation, Srishti. Every experience, Savikalpa, various stages before Savikalpa, after Savikalpa, Nirvikalpa, all these various stages you are passing through, each one is a ocean of bliss. New types of experiences in sadhana. All right, we'll see tomorrow. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Paramesha Medyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.